Lisa is going to be talking to you a little bit today about networking for writers, which is something that people don't really think about. So thank you for joining us, Lisa.
Oh, you're welcome, Emily.
Now, networking is not just for people who are already in the industry and doing well. It's for people who are looking to build a network, to get a publisher. So could we go a little bit through first why should writers network?
Absolutely. Well, I think everybody should network for a whole range of different reasons. But as a writer myself, I have written a book as well as have a training business. For me, networking is critical because obviously it helps me to keep up to date. And it helps me to meet people and build relationships with people that can help me in any number of ways in my business. And if you're someone who is writing full-time or even writing part-time, you need to network to enable you to have access to people and information and ideas and support wherever you're at in the stage of the writing process. So I think for writers in particular, if you think about even that early phase of coming up with the concept and researching and getting information about your topic or the characters, if it's a fiction type novel, you need to have the ability to get out there and talk to people. And that's what networking is really all about. It's I think a lot of times people have a misperception that networking is really all about selling and developing business. And, it's really leave it to those people who need to do that. That's only a very small part of it. The benefits of networking go across so many different aspects of careers and people and the types of work that we do.
It makes a lot of sense that networking would extend to sources as well. Like, so if you're a crime novelist and you're wanting to connect with police officers or detectives, you're going to have to know how to break the ice with that and approach it and build those sorts of networks.
Yes, absolutely. And then leverage from those networks as well. So once you create those relationships, you then ask them for help in other ways. Who else do they know that, they could recommend you talk to? And I think the key with networking is that you realise it's a two-way process. It's not just you going and asking for help. It's meant to be a bit of give and take. So there's an expectation with networking that if you go out there, you should be giving to your network, whether that's ideas or connections or even I think with writers, even sending them a copy of the book afterwards and those sorts of things, the little things that really show that you're appreciative and you're giving back to your network.
The next obvious question would be, what does networking actually involve?
Well, yes, it's varied, I think, is probably the best answer to that. But to me, the main premise about networking is it's about building and maintaining genuinely helpful relationships with other people for mutual benefit. So it is grounded in that concept of relationship building. Now, it's not about selling, as I've already mentioned. It's very much about building the relationship so that ultimately, if there's an opportunity to do so, you get a benefit, whether that benefit be in terms of information or whether it be advice or an introduction, perhaps assistance in some way, support. It really does vary. I can give you an example. To me, I obviously rely on networking for my business. It's how I build my profile. It's how most people find out about me. And when I wrote my book, I was looking for an editor, someone who could edit that. And so I went to my network and asked a couple of people in my network who had written books to recommend someone. And that's how I found the editor for my book. And since then, we developed a very strong relationship, and we now help each other out in many other ways. So I think it's about not only going to things, and I think this is some people think of networking as going to an event or going to a networking function. That's a part of networking. That's certainly one avenue to help you to meet people and to catch up with people, and build and develop those relationships. But the real benefit of networking comes after that in terms of how you nurture those relationships and maintain them over the long term. So I think that's where you get the real benefit from it.
So networking, I suppose, involves not only in-person stuff but online stuff as well.
Absolutely, and that's where online networking, the real value of that is that nurturing and that ongoing relationship. So it's an easier way now to keep in touch. I think social media really does provide us with access to up-to-date information about people and where they are and what they're doing. I think information, I get most of my learning comes through social media now, with the information that other people are posting and articles that they're writing and sharing, particularly on LinkedIn, which is my main form of professional networking online. So I think the social media certainly saves us a lot of time and also keeps us up to date in a much easier way. But it also helps us to see who's doing what and what's happening out there, and enables us to connect people more easily as well. So it enables us to give to our network and share with our network.